Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you today about a simple yet powerful truth: no one cares about you like you should care about yourself. We live in a world where we are constantly looking outside of ourselves for validation, for solutions, for help. We seek support from others, hoping they'll understand our struggles or heal our wounds. But here's the hard truth: the real power to transform your life rests entirely within you. At the heart of the idea that no one cares about you like you should care about yourself is the concept of self-responsibility. This idea emphasizes that you are the key to your own transformation. In a world that often encourages us to look to others for solutions, whether it's family, friends, mentors, or society at large, the truth remains that, ultimately, the responsibility for changing your life lies solely within your hands. No one can walk your path for you, nor can they create the life you envision. Only you can make that choice. Taking responsibility means acknowledging that your life, your outcomes, and your results are a direct reflection of the decisions you make. Every aspect of your existence, from your emotional state to your career, to your relationships, is shaped by the actions you take, the habits you develop, and the mindset you cultivate. You are not the victim of external circumstances. You are the product of your own choices. It's a hard truth, but it's also the most empowering one you can embrace. When you take full responsibility, you reclaim your power. The moment you realize this, everything starts to change. You stop waiting for someone else to make things better for you. Too often, wait for someone, whether a boss, a spouse, or a mentor, to come into our lives and fix what's broken. We search for someone to help us, to offer us guidance or solutions, to validate our efforts, or even give us permission to succeed. But here's the truth: no one is coming to fix you. It's an uncomfortable realization, but it's necessary. Only you can fix yourself, and that requires a deep understanding that change doesn't come from the outside world, it comes from within. Taking responsibility for your own life isn't just about making better choices, it's about making a commitment to actively create the life you want. When you choose to take responsibility, you stop relying on external factors to determine your happiness, success, or well-being. This mindset shift gives you control over your life. No longer will you blame your circumstances or the people around you. Instead, you'll see that your thoughts, beliefs, and actions are the forces that shape your reality. Consider this: every time you place blame outside of yourself, you relinquish power. Blaming others for your struggles means you're waiting for them to change in order for you to feel better or achieve more. But this is a passive approach. By shifting your focus to yourself and recognizing that you alone have the power to create change, you transform from a passive observer of your life to an active participant in its creation. This is the essence of self-responsibility. Self-responsibility also means taking ownership of your emotional and mental states. Many people look for others to make them feel better when they're down, seeking external validation for their worth or achievements. The problem with this approach is that it places your happiness in someone else's hands. No one can be responsible for your emotional well-being except you. If you're waiting for others to change their behavior, to make you feel good, or to give you reassurance, you'll be waiting forever. True emotional empowerment comes when you realize that your emotions are yours to manage. You have the ability to choose how you respond to any situation, and this power is yours to wield. Taking responsibility for yourself means understanding the role of your mindset in shaping your outcomes. Your thoughts directly influence your feelings, and your feelings, in turn, drive your actions. When you change your mindset, you begin to create new behaviors and habits that align with your goals. If you believe you are capable of change, you will begin taking the actions necessary to achieve your desired outcome. However, if you maintain the belief that you're a victim of your circumstances or that change is impossible, you will continue to find yourself stuck. Your mindset is the starting point for all transformation. You have the ability to rewrite your mental programming, to shift your thinking from one of limitation to one of possibility, and from fear to empowerment. Taking responsibility also means embracing the challenges that come with growth. The path to self-improvement is not always easy, and it's certainly not a straight line. There will be setbacks, obstacles, and moments of doubt. But when you embrace responsibility, you understand that these challenges are part of the process. Instead of seeing them as barriers, you begin to view them as opportunities to learn, grow, and evolve. Growth comes from discomfort, from stepping outside your comfort zone and facing the things that scare you or challenge your current state. This mindset shift is one of the most profound ways to take responsibility for your own life. The next time you feel yourself slipping into a mindset of helplessness or frustration, remember, you are the only one who can change your life. It all begins with the decision to take full responsibility. Take responsibility for your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, and your outcomes. Understand that you are the creator of your life, and when you make the commitment to change, you will begin to see the transformation you seek. The second keynote emphasizes the profound power of thought and emotion in shaping our reality. What many fail to realize is that our thoughts are not merely fleeting ideas that pass through our minds. They are the building blocks of the reality we experience. Every single thought we have creates a ripple effect, influencing how we feel, act, and ultimately what we experience in life. The connection between our inner mental world and our outer reality is undeniable, and it is essential to understand that we have the ability to harness this power. Every moment of your life, whether you are aware of it or not, is shaped by the thoughts you hold. If you constantly think thoughts of lack, fear, or doubt, your body responds in kind. Your thoughts create emotions, and these emotions dictate how you behave. This mental emotional loop is the feedback system that continually reinforces itself. For example, when you think about something you fear or worry about, your body responds with stress, tension, and perhaps even physical pain. These emotional reactions feed back into your thoughts, reinforcing your fear or anxiety. This is not a coincidence, but rather a powerful self-sustaining cycle. The opposite is also true. If you think thoughts of abundance, joy, or peace, your body responds in a much different way. Positive, empowering thoughts create positive emotions that lead to better decisions, more energetic actions, and a greater sense of well-being. In essence, your thoughts create your emotional state, and your emotional state governs the way you interact with the world. This is why cultivating a positive and empowering mindset is so important for transformation. Understanding the power of thought and emotion gives you the ability to create profound change in your life. You are not a passive observer in this process. Instead, you are an active participant, constantly choosing what thoughts and emotions to give attention to. When you begin to understand that your thoughts and emotions can either hold you back or propel you forward, you realize the extraordinary potential you have to shape your reality. This is the essence of self-mastery, recognizing that you are in control of how you think and feel, and by extension, how you experience life. The key is to become more conscious of your thought patterns and emotional responses. Most of us operate on autopilot, reacting to life's challenges with ingrained emotional responses. These habitual thought patterns often stem from past experiences and are reinforced by repetition. If you've always thought negatively about your abilities, for instance, this thought has become a part of your mental framework. Every time you face a challenge, you might automatically think, "I can't do this," and feel defeated before even starting. But the beauty of our brains is that they are capable of change. We are not prisoners to our old ways of thinking. The more you practice conscious awareness of your thoughts and emotions, the more you can begin to shift these patterns and replace them with thoughts that serve your highest good. This process is not instantaneous. It requires practice and intention. The first step is to begin noticing your thoughts without judgment. Observe when you begin to feel anxious, stressed, or negative, and recognize the thought patterns that lead to those emotions. Are you thinking about something in the future that might go wrong? Are you replaying an old conversation that left you feeling hurt? These thoughts are not facts. They are just mental habits that can be changed. When you become aware of these automatic thought patterns, you can challenge them and begin to replace them with thoughts that are more supportive and empowering. The science behind this process lies in the concept of neuroplasticity, which refers to the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. Essentially, when you consciously choose new thoughts, you are rewiring your brain. Over time, these new patterns become more automatic. The brain is like a muscle. The more you exercise a particular thought pattern, the stronger it becomes. By consistently focusing on thoughts that empower you, you create a new neural pathway that becomes your default mode of thinking. It's not just about positive thinking. It's about aligning your thoughts with your goals and values. When you think in alignment with your desires, you begin to make decisions that bring you closer to those goals. Positive emotions such as gratitude, excitement, or love are not only pleasant to experience, but they also serve to amplify the creation of your desired outcomes. When you are emotionally aligned with what you want, you begin to act with confidence, resilience, and clarity. As you shift your thinking, you will begin to notice changes in how you feel and how you act. You may find that you are more energized, more optimistic, and more engaged in life. When your thoughts are aligned with positive emotions, you begin to see the world in a different light. You start to notice opportunities where you once saw obstacles, and you start attracting circumstances that match your new mindset. This understanding of the connection between thought and emotion is liberating. It means that you don't have to wait for things to change externally in order to feel better. Instead, you can begin to shift your internal state, knowing that it will eventually create shifts in your outer world. Your mind is not a passive receiver of the world, it is a powerful creator of your reality. The more you take control of your thoughts and emotions, the more you align yourself with the life you truly want to live. The third keynote highlights the mind-body connection, which plays a fundamental role in shaping both our physical health and mental well-being. It's a profound relationship that reveals how deeply intertwined our thoughts, emotions, and physical bodies really are. Many of us view the mind and body as separate entities, but the truth is, they are constantly influencing one another in ways that shape who we are and how we experience the world. The mind doesn't just reside in the brain, it extends throughout the entire body, influencing everything from our cellular health to our immune system, and even our posture and movements. When we talk about the mind-body connection, we are referring to the constant flow of information that passes between the two. Thoughts and emotions are not just abstract concepts, they are experienced physically. When we think certain thoughts or feel specific emotions, our brain releases chemicals into the bloodstream that directly affect the body. These chemicals influence how we feel, how we function, and even our overall health. For example, when we experience stress, the body releases stress hormones like cortisol, which prepare us for a fight or flight response. While this response was useful in early human evolution for survival, prolonged stress today can lead to various health problems, including anxiety, digestive issues, and heart disease. Similarly, feelings of joy, love, or gratitude trigger the release of feel-good hormones like oxytocin and endorphins, which promote relaxation, healing, and a sense of well-being. The key takeaway here is that your mind does not just affect your mood, it affects your physical state. Negative or limiting thoughts can lead to physical manifestations of illness, while positive, empowering thoughts and emotions can enhance your physical vitality. This is why taking care of your mental and emotional state is just as important as taking care of your physical body. It's also why making changes to your mindset and emotional patterns can have a profound impact on your overall health. The body is constantly responding to the signals it receives from the mind, and this means that by shifting your mental state, you can actively influence your body's well-being. A great example of this is the concept of neuroplasticity, which is the brain's ability to reorganize itself and form new neural pathways throughout your life. The brain is not static. It changes and adapts based on your experiences and thoughts. By consciously changing your thought patterns, you can rewire your brain, which in turn can influence your body's reactions. If you've ever been in a stressful situation, for example, and found your heart racing or your muscles tightening, you've experienced the mind-body connection in action. But if you shift your thoughts, perhaps by practicing mindfulness or focusing on something positive, your body will respond by relaxing and reducing those stress-induced physical symptoms. This shows that you are not a passive recipient of your physical state. You can actively participate in shaping how your body responds to your thoughts and emotions. This mind-body connection is central to understanding how chronic stress, negative thinking, or emotional pain can affect the body in the long term. When we carry unresolved emotions or negative beliefs about ourselves, our body absorbs attention and stress. Over time, this can lead to chronic physical issues like back pain, headaches, or fatigue. Even more serious conditions such as autoimmune diseases, high blood pressure, or heart disease have been linked to prolonged emotional distress and negative thinking. This is why it's so important to take care of both the mind and the body as a unified system. If you focus only on physical health, such as dieting or exercising, without addressing your mental and emotional state, you may miss an essential piece of the puzzle. The key to improving both your mind and body is recognizing the power of your emotional state and thought patterns in influencing your physical health. When you feel positive emotions, your body responds by becoming more relaxed and energized. Practices like gratitude, mindfulness, or meditation can help you shift your mental state and reduce the physical symptoms of stress, such as high blood pressure or digestive problems. Similarly, focusing on healing and positive thinking can promote recovery from illness or injury. The body has an incredible ability to heal itself, but it needs the right mental and emotional environment to do so. Another powerful aspect of the mind-body connection is the role of the autonomic nervous system, which controls unconscious bodily functions like heart rate, digestion, and breathing. This system is divided into two branches: the sympathetic nervous system, responsible for the fight or flight response, and the parasympathetic nervous system, responsible for the rest and digest state. When you are stressed or anxious, your sympathetic nervous system is activated, triggering a cascade of physiological changes designed to prepare you for action. However, when stress becomes chronic, the body remains in this heightened state of alertness, which can lead to negative physical consequences. On the other hand, when you engage in practices that activate the parasympathetic nervous system, such as deep breathing, yoga, or relaxation exercises, you can calm your body, improve digestion, reduce inflammation, and boost overall health. Incorporating mindfulness and self-awareness into your daily routine allows you to become more conscious of the signals your body is sending. By paying attention to your thoughts and emotions and how they manifest physically, you can take proactive steps to address them before they negatively affect your health. If you notice yourself becoming stressed, anxious, or upset, you can use techniques such as deep breathing, positive affirmations, or visualization to shift your emotional state. By doing so, you help the body return to a balanced state where it can heal and perform optimally. The mind-body connection is a reminder that we are not separate from our bodies, but are an integrated system where every thought, feeling, and action influences the whole. When we treat the mind and body as interconnected, we gain the ability to create profound changes in our lives by taking care of both. Understanding and nurturing the mind-body connection is one of the most powerful tools we have in creating health, vitality, and well-being. By focusing on both mental and physical health, we can unlock our full potential for healing, growth, and transformation. The fourth keynote challenge is the mindset of victimhood, urging us to break free from the limiting belief that we are at the mercy of external circumstances. Too often, people perceive themselves as victims of their circumstances, whether it's a difficult childhood, an unfair boss, a broken relationship, or a financial struggle. This mindset traps individuals in a cycle of helplessness, where they feel that life is happening to them rather than recognizing that they have the power to shape their own outcomes. In essence, this belief system puts the individual in a passive position, waiting for external forces to change before they can experience growth, happiness, or success. When we see ourselves as victims, we become disconnected from our personal power. We shift responsibility for our lives onto external factors, believing that if only our environment, our relationships, or our situation were different, things would be better. But the truth is, life will never be perfect, and external circumstances will continue to fluctuate. The job might not be ideal, the people around you may not always treat you the way you wish, and you may face challenges that seem insurmountable. However, these circumstances do not define who you are or dictate how you will respond. You have the ability to choose how you react to every situation. The idea of victimhood often keeps people stuck in a state of inertia. When you view yourself as a victim, your energy is focused on what you cannot control, rather than on the things that you can change. It's as if your life is on pause and you are waiting for something outside yourself to shift in order to give you permission to move forward. But waiting for circumstances to improve is not a strategy for growth, it's an excuse for inaction. By constantly deflecting responsibility for your own life, you lose your power to create the change you desire. Breaking out of victimhood starts with an understanding that your thoughts and beliefs are not fixed. They are not who you are, and they do not have to define your future. By consciously shifting your mindset, you can free yourself from the chains of limitation. You are not the sum of your past experiences, nor are you a prisoner to your current situation. Your story is always in the process of being rewritten, and you hold the pen. The moment you decide to let go of the victim mentality is the moment you take back control of your life. You begin to see yourself not as someone who is powerless, but as someone with agency, someone who has the ability to make different choices, take different actions, and create a new future. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me, you start asking, how can I use this situation to grow? This simple shift in perspective transforms obstacles into opportunities and challenges into lessons. The key here is empowerment. When you stop being a victim, you stop waiting for things to change and start being the force that drives change. At its core, moving away from victimhood involves taking radical responsibility for your life. This doesn't mean blaming yourself for everything that happens, nor does it mean accepting blame for things that are beyond your control. What it does mean is acknowledging that you are the creator of your own experiences. While you may not be able to control the actions of others or the events that occur in the world, you always have the power to control your reaction, your mindset, and your decisions. It's the realization that you are responsible for how you respond to every situation, and this, in turn, determines the direction of your life. A person who embraces personal responsibility understands that life is not a series of random events that happen to them. Rather, life is a reflection of the choices they make. If something isn't working in their life, whether it's their health, finances, or relationships, they recognize that they are the ones who have the power to change it. This doesn't mean that change will be easy or immediate, but it does mean that they are committed to taking consistent action to shift their circumstances. They take ownership of their decisions and actions, and they actively work toward creating the life they desire. Moving away from victimhood also means letting go of the need for external validation. Victims often seek validation from others to confirm their worth or justify their circumstances. The problem with this is that external validation is fleeting and unreliable. When you place your self-worth in the hands of others, you surrender control over how you feel about yourself. True empowerment comes from within, from recognizing that you are worthy, capable, and enough, regardless of outside opinions or approval. This internal validation is what gives you the strength to make the necessary changes in your life without relying on anyone else's approval. The victim mentality also often comes with the belief that change is out of reach. People who see themselves as victims often feel trapped by their circumstances, believing that they are stuck in a pattern they cannot escape. This belief is one of the most limiting because it keeps people paralyzed in fear and uncertainty. But the truth is that change is always possible, and it starts with one small decision, the decision to believe in your ability to shape your future. It starts with the understanding that no matter how difficult your circumstances may be, you have the power to change your mindset, shift your energy, and take action toward a better future. Once you embrace the mindset of self-empowerment and personal responsibility, you will begin to see opportunities where once you saw only obstacles. The people, situations, and challenges that seemed insurmountable are now part of your growth process. You will no longer see yourself as a passive recipient of life's events, but as an active creator of your own experiences. When you let go of the victim mentality, you reclaim your power and open the door to endless possibilities. You stop waiting for change to happen to you, and you start creating the life you've always dreamed of. The fifth keynote emphasizes the importance of daily habits and consistency in creating lasting transformation. Many people are caught up in the idea that change requires a dramatic overnight shift, but real sustainable change is built on the foundation of daily habits and the consistent choices we make. In fact, it's not the occasional burst of effort or motivation that leads to growth, but the cumulative effect of small, daily actions over time. The key to success lies in understanding that what you do every day shapes who you become. It's easy to overlook the power of these seemingly small actions, but they are what ultimately define the trajectory of your life. Every habit, whether positive or negative, contributes to your overall state of being. If you're constantly engaging in negative thought patterns, procrastination, or unhealthy behaviors, you are reinforcing those patterns each day. Over time, they become ingrained in your daily life, and you start to see them as just the way you are. However, the power of consistent action works both ways. Just as negative habits can hold you back, positive habits have the power to propel you forward, one small step at a time. The consistency with which you practice new behaviors will determine how quickly and effectively you can change the direction of your life. The process of building new habits is not always easy. It requires discipline, commitment, and a deep understanding of the importance of consistency. The brain is wired to seek comfort and avoid discomfort, so when you begin a new habit, especially one that is outside your normal routine, it can feel challenging at first. But it is through repeated effort that new neural pathways are formed, allowing these new behaviors to become easier and more automatic over time. The secret to success, therefore, lies in the commitment to showing up every single day, even when it's difficult or when results aren't immediately visible. If your goal is to improve your physical health, you may start with small, manageable steps, such as incorporating a 15-minute workout into your day. In the beginning, it may feel like an effort to carve out time for exercise, and you may not see dramatic changes right away. However, by committing to this daily habit, you're gradually building a new routine that will eventually become second nature. Over time, this habit will become a cornerstone of your lifestyle, and the physical and mental benefits will compound. The results may not be immediate, but consistency will lead to long-term transformation. The same principle applies to other areas of life. If you want to develop a mindset of positivity and abundance, it's not enough to simply have one positive thought or affirmation a week. You need to incorporate it into your daily life. Start by dedicating a few minutes each day to practicing gratitude, repeating positive affirmations, or visualizing your goals. These small actions, performed consistently, will gradually reshape the way you think and feel. Before long, you'll notice that you are more optimistic, resilient, and capable of handling life's challenges with greater ease. The key is not to rely on motivation alone, because motivation fluctuates. Instead, develop a habit of consistency that keeps you moving forward even when motivation is low. Consistency also breeds self-trust. When you commit to daily actions and follow through on them, you begin to build a relationship with yourself based on reliability and integrity. You no longer have to rely on others to motivate you or validate your efforts. You become the person who shows up for yourself every day, and this strengthens your self-esteem and belief in your own abilities. Consistency fosters self-discipline, which is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. It's not about doing everything perfectly from the start, but about doing something every day that brings you closer to your desired outcome. The more you practice consistency, the more you train your mind to focus on the process rather than on immediate results. One of the most important aspects of developing consistency is understanding that progress isn't always linear. There will be days when it feels like you're not moving forward at all, or when you slip up and break a habit. However, the true measure of success lies in your ability to get back on track rather than giving up entirely. When you adopt the mindset that setbacks are a natural part of the process and not a reason to quit, you give yourself the freedom to keep going without judgment or frustration. The path to transformation is full of ups and downs, but if you stay consistent, you will find that the momentum you build along the way will eventually carry you toward your goals. Consistency is essential for integrating change into your identity. Habits are not just behaviors, they are expressions of who you are. When you consistently show up and take small actions toward your goals, you are not just working on external outcomes, you are reshaping your self-image. If you want to become a healthier person, for example, you don't need to focus on the number on the scale. Instead, you focus on creating daily habits that reinforce your new identity. By consistently taking action in alignment with your desired identity, you begin to think and behave like the person you want to become. This shift in identity is what makes lasting change possible. The more you align your habits with the person you want to be, the more effortless the transformation will feel. The power of daily habits and consistency lies in the fact that they enable you to make gradual, lasting changes in your life. Small actions, repeated over time, have the power to shift your mindset, shape your identity, and transform your life in ways that might initially seem insignificant. The journey of transformation is built on the foundation of consistent effort. If you commit to the process, embrace the challenges along the way, and stay dedicated to daily action, you will begin to see the results of your efforts unfold over time. It is through the power of consistent habits that you will create the life you truly desire. The sixth keynote addresses the crucial concept of self-awareness and reflection in personal growth. At the core of lasting transformation lies the ability to observe and understand our thoughts, behaviors, and emotions. Self-awareness is not just about acknowledging your strengths and weaknesses, it's about developing a deep, non-judgmental awareness of yourself in all situations. This allows you to step outside the automatic patterns and responses that often dictate how we live our lives and instead make conscious, deliberate choices. Without self-awareness, we are simply reacting to life rather than actively creating it. It's only when we pause to reflect and examine our inner world that we can begin to make meaningful, lasting changes in our lives. Self-awareness starts with being present with yourself, which involves tuning into your thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations. It's the practice of observing your reactions and behaviors without judgment. In many cases, people live their lives on autopilot, driven by habitual patterns of thought and automatic reactions to external stimuli. These automatic responses can be deeply ingrained, and often we act out of conditioning rather than conscious choice. For example, if you find yourself becoming angry in certain situations or avoiding conflict, you may be unconsciously reacting based on past experiences, fears, or assumptions. Self-awareness allows you to recognize these patterns before they take over, giving you the ability to respond more consciously and intentionally. One of the greatest tools for developing self-awareness is mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present and aware in the moment without getting lost in thoughts about the past or future. By becoming more mindful, you create space between stimulus and response, allowing yourself time to consciously choose how to react. This gives you the power to break free from old patterns and create new, healthier habits. With mindfulness, you can begin to observe your thoughts without attachment, recognizing that thoughts are not facts and they do not define who you are. This realization is liberating because it gives you the freedom to choose how to respond to your internal dialogue. Another important aspect of self-awareness is the ability to reflect on your behavior and emotions in order to learn from them. Reflection allows you to gain insight into the root causes of your actions and reactions, and it helps you identify areas where you need to make changes. Reflection can be done through journaling, meditation, or simply taking time to process your experiences. By examining your day-to-day actions, you can begin to identify patterns of behavior that are not serving you, and you can actively choose to change them. If you notice that you tend to react defensively when someone challenges you, reflection can help you understand why you react that way, whether it's due to insecurity, past trauma, or fear of being judged. This insight gives you the opportunity to address the root cause and respond differently in the future. Self-awareness is also about recognizing your beliefs, values, and goals. Often people go through life without ever stopping to ask themselves what they truly value or what their goals are. This lack of clarity can lead to a sense of drifting or dissatisfaction. When you are self-aware, you gain a deeper understanding of what truly matters to you. You become aware of your passions, your purpose, and what you want to achieve in life. This awareness enables you to make decisions that align with your values and long-term goals instead of simply reacting to external pressures or short-term desires. It's through this kind of reflection that you can begin to design a life that is authentic and fulfilling. Another crucial aspect of self-awareness is understanding the impact of your emotions on your actions and health. Emotions are powerful and they can either empower you or derail you depending on how you handle them. Often, people suppress or ignore their emotions, which can lead to stress, anxiety, or physical ailments. Self-awareness allows you to recognize emotions as they arise and gives you the space to process them in a healthy way. For example, if you feel anxious before a presentation, rather than letting that anxiety control your actions, you can acknowledge it, understand it, and choose to reframe it into excitement or motivation. This ability to consciously navigate your emotions is a key part of emotional intelligence, which directly influences your overall well-being. Self-awareness helps to create a healthier relationship with yourself. People who lack self-awareness often struggle with self-criticism, negative self-talk, and low self-esteem. This constant internal negativity can keep them stuck in unhealthy cycles and prevent them from achieving their potential. By developing self-awareness, you can begin to observe your thoughts with compassion and without judgment, treating yourself with the same kindness you would offer a close friend. This shift in mindset not only improves your mental and emotional health, but also enables you to pursue your goals with confidence, resilience, and self-assurance. The process of self-reflection helps you become more aware of how you interact with others. Often our relationships are influenced by unconscious patterns, such as communication habits, unresolved issues, or unmet needs. Through self-awareness, you can begin to identify how these patterns impact your interactions, and this allows you to communicate more effectively and empathize with others. By understanding your own emotional triggers and reactions, you can approach relationships with more patience, understanding, and clarity, leading to stronger and more fulfilling connections with others. Self-awareness is not a destination, but an ongoing process. It requires continual practice, patience, and commitment. However, as you develop a greater understanding of yourself, you will find that it becomes easier to navigate life's challenges and make decisions that align with your true desires and values. The more you reflect, the more clarity you gain about who you are, what you want, and how to achieve your goals. This clarity becomes a powerful tool that guides you through difficult situations and enables you to create a life that is not defined by reaction, but by intention and purpose. In conclusion, the journey of personal growth and transformation is a powerful one, rooted in the understanding that you are the architect of your own life. No one else can create the life you desire for you. It begins with taking responsibility for your own thoughts, actions, and reactions. Breaking free from victimhood and understanding that you have the power to shape your reality is the first step toward empowerment. By consistently practicing positive habits, embracing self-awareness, and reflecting on your behavior and emotions, you open the door to profound change. These principles are not mere concepts, but actionable tools that, when applied consistently, can lead to lasting transformation. It's essential to realize that personal growth is not about seeking external validation or waiting for circumstances to change. True transformation comes from within, and it's through the decisions you make every day, through the small actions you take, that your life begins to reflect the person you want to become. No matter where you are in your journey, remember that each moment offers an opportunity to choose a new path, to make a new decision, to align your actions with your highest potential. The key lies in commitment to yourself, to your growth, and to your ability to make the changes necessary to live a life of purpose, fulfillment, and peace. By fixing yourself, by taking control of your inner world and your daily habits, you unlock your true potential, and in doing so, you create the life you've always desired. The power to transform your life is in your hands, and with consistent effort, self-reflection, and a mindset rooted in responsibility, you will move beyond limitations, overcoming obstacles, and stepping into the reality you've always dreamed of.